And we're back with another one, another BS show. I forgot to put my glasses on. I know Next Level loves them. Hope you guys are doing good. End of the summer is just about here. Crazy how the summer's already over. But hope you guys are doing good. Hope you guys have been enjoying it. Before we start, make sure you guys do check the description below. We do have that VPN deal. Protect yourself. That has a built-in coupon code. That way you guys are all set up and ready to go. And what you got?
Make sure you check out Buzz TV, buzztvglobal.com for their back to school sale. There's up to 20% in discounts as well as free accessories depending on what you purchase on the website. If you're looking for all the latest and greatest when it comes to Android TV devices, make sure you check out buzztvglobal.com.
Buzz TV. So today's topic, some people might be mad at us, but it's fine. We don't give a shit. Well, Next Level might. Is Plex still worth the headache?
I like Plex, okay?
He's a Plex guy. He likes the Plex. Plex. Oh my goodness. We had to have we didn't have a conversation about this. We had a question that came up about this because we don't know if this is going to get us in trouble or anybody in trouble, or I don't know. But I guess we'll see where the conversation goes. Plex. Can we explain exactly what Plex does? For those of people who don't know, go ahead, clear your throat, have a drink of water.
I'm all out of water.
Oh, great.
Anyways, so Plex is a multitude of different things, dude. You have the free content that they provide, which is ad supported. You have TV shows and movies. Plex, just to make this super complicated, also did a deal with Atari, and they had a gaming service that they offered. I don't know if you remember that. They also offer a podcast platform. But the one that they're most known for is their ability to set up and share a home media server. So if somebody has content that they would like to share within their network or outside of their network, it is the ability to do so through a Plex server.
Does Plex have any competition or anybody else that's similar to what they do?
I want to say yes, but not on that scale. Like Plex offers. Okay, so there's MB, there's Jellyfish, there's other applications out there, certain players that allow you to access your network and your drive storages and all that kind of good stuff. But for the most part, a direct competition, it's hard to say because Plex has purchased distribution rights to actually provide content as well. So they don't
Right.
just help you stream your own content, but they provide free content, right?
Mm-hmm.
And those other services, to my knowledge, don't do that.
And of course, we could compare that part to Plex, that you could do your own stuff, but there's also other apps like Crackle and all that stuff that does
Mm-hmm.
something similar to Plex. So it's kind of like Plex is like a one place for the two.
Mm-hmm.
Um, okay. So I did have a convo with some peeps about Plex, and I've always been, you know me, I'm very anti like everything when something new comes out, because I'm trying to see it like, okay, why is this going to be better for me? You know, when I was on the K app, I was like, cool, I'm good. I got all my apps, I got backups, I got my own build, I got all my crap. It's good. I'm here, I'm set for life. Now, you come around and start talking about APKs.
Why is it always me?
It's always you, man. You're always causing problems. So these APKs came out, and I always kept saying this is the stupidest thing ever. And some people were telling me, like, dude, give it a chance, give it a chance, give it a chance. And I kept saying the same thing ever since back then. And it's the same thing today. If your APK goes down, it is gone. That's it. No more. No más. Finite. And that's the same story it is today. If an APK goes offline, that's it. With KApps, as long as they're not running it on servers like an APK does, that thing is good until links go dead. It's good afterlife for quite a while. You know what? I know people using certain add-ons. I'm not saying nothing. That still work today that haven't been updated for years. APKs is not that simple. And I remember when I don't want to say I switched, when I switched to APKs, when I added on to my repertoire and I had an APKs, I was like, cool. If this is not working for me, I'll go check this out. And if that's not working for me, I'll go check that out. You know, I go back and forth, whatever. It's cool. It's fine. No big deal. The one thing I could never like, and I liked the concept. And again, I'm not throwing anybody under the bus. And I've heard some people say like one-click plays are the best thing ever, and you could set it up where you're just one-click playing. And a lot of people have been talking about one-click for such a long time, and it's been around for such a long time. But what I would say is, I was so excited about Plex that I could just go to a library. There it is, sign into my account or sign into an account, and boom, there it is. Here's all my content. I'm ready to go. I'm done.
And then
I quit. I quit Plex. I went on there and I was, again, I'm not going to name what Plex I was on, whose Plex I was on, which, whatever. I'm not going to say, nobody names, nothing about nothing. But it felt so overwhelming. Imagine, okay, so I know you like chicken wings. Imagine going to a store. Do you guys have Costco up there?
Yeah.
Okay, imagine going to Costco and every single aisle is chicken wings.
Mm-hmm.
Every single aisle, everything. All
How much is
chicken-
it for a room for the night?
You're like, I need to be here for a while. And imagine if you take those chicken wings out and replace it and say, you know what? Here's chicken wing sauce. If you want chicken wing sauce, imagine a Costco filling it up every single aisle, every single row, and every single one that you see is a different flavor of chicken wing sauce. You're probably going to be like, oh, so excited. Can I book? How much is it to book a room for the night? You're going to be so like, oh my gosh, I need to be there. And then once you're there, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And then it's probably going to be within like 5-10 minutes. You're going to be like, okay, fuck this. This is too much. I cannot. What do I do? And for me with Plex, I had that feeling where I was just like, cool, this is awesome. Let me click on movies. Boom, there it is. Okay, let me scroll down. Fuck, my thumb is getting fuck. Scroll. Okay, I'm done. Where's the search option on this thing? Let me go to search. Damn it, I misspelled something. Let me delete it again.
It's your problem, bro.
Spell it again. And dude, everybody that I've ever talked to says like, yeah, it's great for like TV shows, and if you have TV shows in there that you like to watch, because the whole thing will be on there, and you could just go back to back to back to back, and you could save it as a shortcut, and then you could delete it as a shortcut. But everybody that I've ever talked to, especially brand new users, not me, the person that's uploading it, but you, the person that's checking this out for the first time, it's always two things: excitement, and then I'm out. It's the same thing. I'm super excited. This is awesome because it has everything, and then afterwards, it's like, you know what? I would rather try the K app, or I would rather try Zion, or something else. I'll say Zion, whatever. It's not here no more. I would rather use something else where I could put something in the search option. It'll pull up multiple things for it, maybe, or the thing that I'm looking for, and then boom, there it is. If I'm watching something on Plex and the quality is not as good as I would like it to be, I can go on this other platform that gives me several links that will give me maybe better quality links. And you know what, I've had this, again, I'm not going to throw names or nothing under the bus, but I had a conversation with somebody before where I wanted a TV show called 2%, and I went on the websites. I went on Netflix, and it's a Portuguese, it's a Brazilian show. They speak Portuguese. I went all these different routes, and I couldn't find the quality that I liked for this show. I went on Zion, and it was just like, sweet, this looks like freaking crystal clear. This looks amazing. 4K looks great. Awesome surround sound. It's beautiful. And next episode, it looks like somebody, I don't know, shit on their screen or something. Like somebody grabbed their cell phone and recorded it across the street. So I had to talk to my buddy, say, hey, can you find this for me and put it up there? And I went on a search online, and nothing was good. And the best quality that I got was the quality that I was watching on Plex. That was it. And you don't get offended.
Who's getting offended?
Don't get offended. Whoever's listening out there that I'm talking about.
I'm eating graham crackers with no water, and I'm realizing I need to stop.
So it wasn't that person's fault, obviously. If that's the only link that's out there and available, then that's the only link that's out there and available. But at this point, I'm at the mercy of Plex servers. I'm at the mercy of the person's personal servers. I'm at the mercy of whatever link that's out there. That's whatever it is what it is. I can't do nothing about it at that point. That's it. So if I have to watch it in 380 quality or 280 quality or whatever it is, and I'm just like, well, I guess I get to still listen to the story because I can't really see shit because it looks like ass. You know what I'm saying though? It's funny, but it's true. And that's what I found with Plex. And some people will say this. They're like, well, find another show. It's like, no, not find another show. That's the show that I want. I have to go to Brazil to go watch it.
Okay.
Or other means necessary. But you know what I mean? And I know there's automated processes that you could say, like, well, if you go to my website, you submit what you want, put it in there, and then the next day it's going to be there in the thing, and then you can watch every single episode that you want. I've gone through that route also, and sometimes it's just better, like going through the K app or whatever, that Zion app or whatever it is, Cinema HD, and you're just like, hey, here it is, boom, done. I could look for it now. And sometimes, what was that show that I was trying to watch that you said check out Zion, and it was there?
Money Heist,
Most Extreme Elimination.
Oh yeah, MXT.
Remember, it's kind of like our version of Wipeout, but it's the Japanese doing it, and they put funny subtitles behind. Or we put funny subtitles behind it. It's a hilarious show. MXC, I think it is, Most Extreme Elimination Challenge. The link for Zion looked like crap, but I was able to watch it. The K app didn't have it, and the link on Plex wasn't better than what I found on Zion. But that's what was available. You know what I mean? So, for me, that's my argument with. That's one of my arguments with Plex.
Okay, so the legit. Okay, let's appreciate one factor. Some of the developers from the K app went over and started Plex, so
Right.
there is some appreciation there, right? Of course. There's the limitations of Plex lie really in regards to whoever's Plex you're connecting to. Okay, so there's a couple different ways that you can connect to Plex, right? Or you can set up a Plex. You can set it up so it's only on your internal Wi-Fi, where obviously your internal LAN is going to be a lot faster than your external server, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's going off your internal network capabilities, which some people have a 10 gigabyte internal network capability, right? And then some people have only a 20 megabyte upload speed. If you're sharing your Plex and you only have a 20 megabyte upload speed, well, you're kind of capping the bitrate quality that you can stream somewhere else that's outside of your network, right? So that's a limitation. That's not necessarily Plex's limitation, but the person who's running that Plex server, right? There are ways around that, which is you can actually get dedicated servers and host everything on dedicated servers. But at that point, we're talking about thousands of dollars a month. It's very expensive,
Mm-hmm.
and it's stupid. It's complicated. It's messy. But at the end of the day, if you're looking for speed and quality, that's the best way to go. The other thing is the legitimate way to use Plex. The legitimate way is to have the actual content in through a Blu-ray or a DVD library and rip the digital content for your own consumption. That is the way to really legitimately use Plex. And if you're doing it that way, then your quality is always going to be great,
Mm-hmm.
right? Now, if you're doing it any other way, which I'm not saying how you're doing it, but if you're doing it any other way, your quality is going to depend on what's available and also how resourceful you are at finding what's available.
Yep.
Because I can tell you there's lots of people that have come to me saying, I can't find this, I can't find that, and I'm able to find it. I can't find everything. And there's things that I can't find that other people can when you're searching and around the interwebs, right? So there's a lot of limitations, and none of it necessarily has to do with Plex itself. Because next, wow, Plex is just a player, like TV Mate. They're just a player. That's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
They just crush a lot.
Oh man.
But here's the thing: the reason that I know, without even asking Preppy, that she still misses Plex. This is the reason. Plex was one of the first platforms that implemented features like a watch party. So when
Mm-hmm.
Preppy and I weren't together, we could watch something together. And let's say the pizza showed up or I had to run to the washroom, she could pause what I was watching on my TV from her TV at her house.
Mm-hmm.
And that ability just kind of makes you feel a little bit closer together. So Plex did bring people closer together.
See, that's a really good feature, and I wish there was like, and I don't know if the K app could do something similar to it, or like apps like Zion or anything like that. And I'm bringing up Zion. I know some idiot out there is gonna be like, Zion don't even exist. Well, no shit. Um, it's literally like, here's the joke going over your head. Um, I, I don't know if it's possible with it. Oh, I know it has to be possible, because if Plex can do it, there's got to be a way where when you hit play and you get a little pop-up that says, do you want subtitles, or do you want this, or do you want, you know what I mean, where it says watch party. And if you say watch party, there's got to be a way that you could put a code, and that code will like it changes all the time. For example, it changed that code changes all the time, and then you could go and put in that code somewhere else, and then you have to do it at that moment of time before you hit play, so whoever else is doing it can join with you at that exact moment. Once you hit play, then the code's broken. You can't use it no more. But there's got to be a way that, and I'm sure there is. Now,
The other thing that a lot of people really enjoyed about Plex was that the auto next play worked flawlessly.
mhm.
And
I
there's
was,
a
I
lot of
was
applications out there that have auto next play, but they have a lot of issues. They don't always work. They're a little bit more clunky. Sometimes they have to search for a link before they play
mhm.
the next episode, but Plex does it flawlessly.
And I was
So
just
again,
gonna say
yeah.
that's probably the next best feature that I would suggest. That the next is just great. Um, for me, the second thing I hate about that Plex, let's just say I'm setting up a library and I'm sharing it around people. Once I'm done with the TV show, I'm done with the TV show. For example, let's pick on, I don't know, what is it? Gotham.
Okay.
Once the series is over, I don't care to have it in my library anymore. I don't care to have it saved in my hard drive anymore. I don't care for it anymore. I'm done. Movies might be a little bit different. I might want that library of movies, but then at the same time, once you collect so many movies, then it's just kind of like it becomes too much. I have downstairs 2 DVD books. Talk about outdated technology, DVDs. Um, I have 2 books of DVDs, over 2,000 movies in there. I cannot tell you the last time I opened that thing up to watch a movie. I cannot tell you the last time I opened it up just to see what I have. And I had people telling me like, dude, put that up on Plex, put it up on Plex. I have another booklet, of course, with TV shows. They're like, dude, put it on Plex. But then I was thinking about it. I'm just like, why did I even? Whoa, good old Scratch over there getting pissy. So see, even the dog's all like, yeah, get rid of that shit, dude. I legit have movies and TV shows, especially TV shows is what really gets to me. When I see that, I'm just like, why did I spend all that money on this stuff when I'm never gonna watch it again? Like, dude, I used to buy South Park freaking episodes. And I would watch it on TV, and then later on I would watch it on the DVD, and then I would say, why did I buy this again? You know what I mean? And it's kind of like with Plex when people are like, "Oh, dude, you should load that up." Okay,
That's a lot of time.
exactly. And the worst part about it is once you have it on file, and let's just say I had family members that we were all sharing, I'm not charging nobody, and we're just sharing it. Um, we're sharing our collection of stuff, and I noticed I'm the only idiot watching South Park. Why the hell am I going to be taking space? And I know people, again, not mentioning any names, but I know people that have ran out of space and say
I've run out
shit
of space and power.
and power and say, I guess I need to delete some stuff. What are people not watching at this moment? Or what are people not watching anymore? Or what haven't they watched in a long time that I could delete now because nobody is gonna miss it? And that's the thing. And I know people are gonna say, like, you're stupid. You could automate this stuff. You don't have to do it from your DVD collection. You could do it on the web. And I know, I get it. That's not the point. If I'm doing it on my own, if I'm automating everything, I can't even say the word. If I'm automating everything, the problem is that you are going to have to pay for more storage. It's going to cost more money. obviously power. You're going to have to either have a server where it's out on the net somewhere where you don't have to worry about it, that's costing you money. Or if it's at home, now it's costing you power and money. You know what I mean? There's just so many factors. And I talked to an Apple guy, an iOS guy, saying like, "Oh, dude, I can get Plex on my iOS on my
Mhm.
phone. It's cool."
Mhm.
And I'm just like, "Yeah, but you're at the mercy of whatever they have. Whatever they have is what you get, unless you build your own server." Oh, I got a grip ton of DVDs. I got to like, dude, I could automate all this stuff. I'm like, well, now you're gonna have to pay for. Oh, wait, what? I have to. How much time to set up? No, dude, I'm out. You know what I mean? I'm out. It becomes a job to keep up. It becomes a job to get emails or Telegram notifications or text messages or phone calls. Can you add this show for me, please? Can you make sure it has Portuguese language or subtitles or English dubbed? You know what I mean? Like then it's just like fuck, dude. Like, leave me alone. I don't know. To me, I think with TV, with movies, you could probably get away with it a little bit because you might be like, oh yeah, I haven't seen that movie in a while. But you know, in my track right now, I have a movie that I love to watch every summer. I have a couple movies I like to watch every summer, but there's one that I haven't deleted yet, even though I should. Or I should create a list so that way I could just go to that list and I don't have to see it in my collection. Have you heard of a movie called Major Pain?
It sounds familiar.
Major Pain. One of the Wayans brothers is in it. Um, it's pretty funny. It's funny. I like to watch that during the summer. Kind of like Sandlot. I'm sure you've heard of the Sandlot.
Think so.
With the kids, the baseball. It's a great baseball movie. Holy crap, dude! You're really not paying attention, or you've really not seen some good movies.
No, I don't watch a lot of movies.
Sandlot. You've never seen the Sandlot before. Oh my gosh.
Does it involve anything with military?
No.
Okay.
You need
Does
to
it
watch the
involve anything
Sandlot.
with sand?
You need to watch the Sandlot. And it's literally spelled exactly how I'm saying it. Sand, like the sand, and lot, Lot. One word though. Great movie. Um, old movie. But there's certain movies that you're just like, oh, I used to watch this movie when I was a kid. I'm sure you have a movie that you've said I used to watch this when I was a kid.
What's that one? Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
There you go. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Imagine having Who Framed Roger Rabbit on your track and you haven't watched it in forever. You're like, why is it even here? Even though I could just click it, get whatever random link and watch it, but why is it even here? And I think with Plex, it's kind of like that. Like there's a whole bunch of movies that you could add and you have to scroll through freaking life before you can find the movie that you want. You're just like, okay, I want to watch Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Okay, let me start at A. Let me start scrolling. How many movies are on this list? 5,000 movies? Holy fuck, dude. Can I sort this thing? Zito. Yeah, what if your movie's an M? Well, I guess I could start searching, typing it. I don't know. It just becomes like a hassle. Like a big hassle. You could search, you could add shortcuts, you could add favorites, you could I don't know. It just becomes work, and especially with TV shows, once you're done with it, you just want to get rid of it because it takes too much storage. You know.
But some people enjoy it as a hobby, and if you do, all the power to you.
And okay, so here's my other question. Because
It's kind of
again,
like who has a bigger truck, who has a bigger Plex, who
yeah,
flexes their Plex bigger.
who flex the yeah? And here's the thing: can I borrow your truck? How much? How much to borrow your truck?
Wow.
And again, this isn't bashing on anybody because I know a lot of people that do have their own Plex and they charge people or whatever. But here's the thing. Here's the biggest thing. When you have a Plex and you're charging people, or if you're just like, hey, you know what? You don't have to pay me. I'll show you how to build your own Plex. But you're kind of, I don't know, to me when like I'm thinking about the average user. Do you really think the average user is going to want to pay for servers and set it up automatically to download everything? Do you think the average user will spend time and money to set their own stuff up?
No.
Why?
It's the average person doesn't want more than average headache.
Amen. Say that one more time, please.
No.
Say it again.
No.
Say it again. You forgot what you said.
Some people like to learn new things, but that's not the average person. It's the same way that when we talk about devices and rumors and upcoming things that are coming down the line, and we expect a certain level of upgrades, but those upgrades are not needed for the average person. And a lot of times we have to humble our expectations in regards to, what's going on around us. And I think that a lot of us are not average when it comes to the streaming enthusiast community.
And see, because of that, that's why Netflix is still getting tons of subscribers. They're losing a ton, but that's why Netflix is still that big. It's not because they haven't heard of how to do XYZ.
Because it's easier to watch Netflix than it is to open your DVD case and pop out the DVD and then remember that you don't own a DVD player anymore.
Yep.
Or remember that computers don't come with optical drives anymore.
Yep. And dude, and here's the thing. Somebody would rather pay $20 to Netflix than $5 to someone's Plex because of the simplicity of it.
Well, it depends on the person. The average person, I can agree with you, but
I'm talking about the average Joe.
Yeah, the
average person who's searching on YouTube how to watch freaking Major Payne or Sandlot or Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and if it says, oh, you could go to Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, whatever, cool, that's what I'm getting. How much is it? $20, whatever. I could search for it and boom, and somebody's gonna say, either you or me or freaking somebody else, some other YouTuber is going to say like, dude, but you could go Plex and you could do the exact same thing. You could go download it, search it, log in. You could go to add a favorites. You could like, here's a step to a step to a step to a step to a step. And then it's just like, okay, cool. Now that I have this all set up, it's $5 a month. Okay, cool. Now I want to watch a different movie. What do I do? Well, you're going to have to go to here to click on this to search, and then you're going to find it. Then you're going to have to long hold this to get this pop up to hit the enter. And it's just like, fucking, hey, dude.
Personally, I like using Plex.
I'm not saying Plex is horrible either, but I'm saying for the simplicity on the average person.
If a good Plex server is running, it's a nice application.
This is what I do. When somebody gives me TV shows, I go to my phone, I go to my web browser, I say that I have it as a shortcut on my phone. I click on it and it goes to track. We talked about we just recently talked about a TV show called That Fool or This Fool. I clicked on my app, it opened it up. I typed in that, I added to collection, went to my TV, there it is, clicked it, top link, boom, done. Done. Free. Done. Might be paying a couple bucks for Realtor Bread, but other than that, and see, I think people want that simplicity. If they go and they're just like, oh, I can go to Netflix, and what was that called again? That Fool? Oh, that's on Hulu. That's not on Netflix. Okay, let me go to Hulu, search for That Fool, click add to watch list. They go to their TV, and then they're just like, where's my watch list? Oh, it's one tab over. Click it. Boom, there it is. Done. Plex. Okay, let me go watch That Fool. Let me go to my phone to search for, wait a second, hold on. Can I go to my TV and do it now? Fool. I guess I could search for it. Can I add it to my TV though too? Like if it's on the same account, yeah. So I can go on my phone, search for it, add to my list. I need to be sure I'm all set up on my TV and everything, and have that shortcut. Same thing. Yeah, next I was like, wait, hold on, let me type this in. I think people really like that simplicity that some of these apps have. And if you want to take it a step further, you can and still keep it very, very simple. With Plex is just a little bit where let me search for this thing. And if there isn't this, that fool in that list of TV shows, guess what? I'm going to be messaging this person. Hey, how come this fool is not in Plex? Can you add it to your Plex? Yeah, sure. Give me an hour or give me 30 minutes or give me 10 minutes or give me 5 minutes or give me a minute. You know what I mean? You have to take these extra steps to get to it. And again, it depends how much patience somebody has. The average person,
So
that's why people say, like, how much is your Plex again? $5? Okay, let me check it out.
but
Some people
that
love it.
it's two different people. It's people that want to do the work themselves and people that want to be spoon fed,
Yeah.
right? The people who want to do the work themselves are going to be people that are going to be looking at things like Real to Bread, people that understand what Tract is, people that understand what all these third party applications are, um, people who set up Plex servers. Those are all people that want to do the work themselves, right? And the people that want to be spoon fed, those are going to be the people that want to just pay to get access to the content. That's it, right?
Yeah. And the way I see it is, and you know what? My neighbor was very, very big with Plex and the K app and all that stuff. And I went to his house and we're just chilling, playing some pool. He's got a pool table and we play. And I was just like, dude, why are you doing it like that? Why don't you do it like this? And he was just like, oh, is this that? Pfft, fuck that, dude. And he's like, I just want to click and done. I don't want to click and wait and load and this and link. And I'm like, I don't care if it's real Debrid. I don't care if it's all Debrid. I don't care if it's your Debrid, your personal server, your this, your that. Like, dude, I could just click on this thing and it's done. I would rather like, and what's that? What we say? You pay what you get.
You get what
When
you pay for.
somebody complains, like, oh, I'm on this link and it looks like ass. How much did you pay for it? Why are you complaining? You want
Yeah,
to complain? Go get Netflix.
go pay $20 to complain.
Dude, we've said that before. We've said that plenty of times. You have an issue, go get Netflix then. You have an issue, go get DirecTV then. We always say that. And the reason why we say that is because not that we don't want to deal with the issue, is because that person does not want to have patience to figure it out. So cool. You pay that extra premium to get something that's going to be cleaner and better, easier, more you friendly.
Yeah, is it though?
I think so. You go to your thing and say Home Alone, boom, it just opens up.
Yeah. It's just
And you don't have
we
to
don't want to
worry about
forget though
anything.
that some of these like actual legitimate services, they're not 100% either. They go down.
Oh no,
Shit happens.
nothing's 100%. But the chances of that going down versus a Plex going down or a link not working, or you know what I mean? Like, it's a higher chance that the other guys are going to go down versus the bigger guys. And again, it's because you're paying for a premium. So I don't know. Is Plex still worth the headache?
It's only something that the individual can answer, I think. Because there are things that you might find there that are very, very difficult for the average person to find.
Leave us a comment or a review. Do you guys think Plex is still worth it? Personally, I think if you're using Plex on the free stuff, on the stuff that they've gotten licenses to, great. Um, there are a lot of apps out there from Sony, from Samsung, from Amazon, from Roku, all the big dogs that will give you free content for free, not for charge, for free. if you want some of the extra stuff that Plex has to offer that you have to go through somebody else to get it, again, I think it depends on someone's patience and learning curve. And I'll tell you this, I have a lot of patience and I learned shit pretty fast. Personally, I gave up on Plex. I just couldn't do it. I still have it and I'm still connected to several Plexes is but I don't know. When I open it, I'm just like, what happened to the movie section? Damn it. Let me search. Let me go down. Oh, here it is. What happened to this? Did this person just rename this category? Damn it. Where the hell is this? What is it called now?
Personally, for myself, I had to turn off my home media center server due to power issues that I was having. I ran out of power, and my crypto mining was more important. So yes, I wasn't making any money off my Plex, obviously, and I was making money off crypto mining, so I had to utilize the power for that. I do actually plan on starting back up my home media center server, my Plex server, and it's really for those times when we have a crazy day where everything goes down and I have the actual content if I wanted to watch whatever I want, one of my favorite stuff, right? Like, for instance, last month we had Rogers in Canada go down, and internet everywhere, email money transfers, banks, everything, the whole country crumbled for like a week. I could throw on, I don't know, season three of The Boys and watch the whole season three over again. You know what I mean?
And that's because you're
I have it,
internal.
huh?
You're internal.
Yeah, I'm internal, right? I'm not connecting to somebody else's content. Everything's stored locally on my own stuff. I was just throwing an example. I don't have the boys. I'm just saying that's an example, right? So for whatever
Right.
content that I have on my home media center server, and then the other thing that I kind of like about it is that it was encouraging me to get into network drives and to build out a bigger network drive. And I want to get to the point where I have a massive network drive where I'm saving all of my YouTube stuff to, where I can, because you can set it up where you can access those drives from your phone outside the network, but use it as like a Dropbox, something similar. You know what I mean? So it was giving me excuses to get more hard drives to build a system like that. And that's kind of where I want to go down the line. Like, I was running my Plex server out of a computer that had 6 hard drives in it. And now I'm at the point where I want to get an actual NAS enclosure that has 12 bays, but I don't want to just use it for a Plex. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's where I'm at right now. So,
You don't
and
have
now
to
that,
have Wi-Fi to be offline at least. Like even if you're internal, you have to have some sort of
well, you have
because
your
it has to
LAN.
be. What if the okay? So are you running a LAN across the house to wherever you're at? Like, are you LAN on everything?
Well, your Wi-Fi is still going to work internally on your
What if the
LAN.
Wi-Fi is down? Like Wi-Fi is offline. Like you said, Rogers went down.
Yeah, but that's not like your Wi-Fi is a hardware. It's not the internet outside. It's a way in which you access the internet outside. I don't need the outside internet. I just need to access the internal internet. And you can do that through your Wi-Fi. Like, if you unplug the internet to your Wi-Fi and you're still connected to it, it'll say it's connected but no internet.
No
But you could
internet.
go into a web browser, type in your 192.1 whatever, and you could still access devices that are on the same network.
So as long as ooh, that's tricky, man. Because the thing is, if people are connected to your like, if I'm standing outside your house and I'm like, let me try to connect to your Wi-Fi, that's some trickery. Because then not now I could just hack into your NOS and all that stuff.
I mean, if you could do that before, you could do that now, anyways. That is.
People are always like, wait, what? You can do what? Yeah, that's tricky stuff. For me, I have my stuff very well protected because I don't want somebody to be like, for example, internet goes down, I'm internal, I got Wi-Fi with no internet, I'm connected to it, but obviously at that point your password's like irrelevant because it's all internal. Um, or even if there's like a guest, but at that point I have my shit set up. If the internet goes down, you still have to put your password in. And if and the router holds that information, the modem and router will hold that information. So if you're able to get into that, regardless if it has internet or not, you have to at least have that security level. Because yeah, if at that point, if it's almost like I have the Augusta, what is it called? The Augusta, shoot,
My
my door, my security door, my lock. That thing's connected to Wi-Fi. I have a hub, and if I go out for a run, I take the dog out, and the internet goes down. And if I'm on my phone, if my phone's not connected to the internet, but the hub is connected to the internet, I can unlock the door. But there are security measures where you're just like, if your Wi-Fi goes down, or if there is no internet on your Wi-Fi, or your Wi-Fi is offline, or whatever, something's wrong with the Wi-Fi, and your smart home devices cannot connect to it, your phone cannot connect to it. There's hubs that can send Bluetooth connections that you could set up passwords on, just like a Wi-Fi. And I know you could do this with internal storages, internal servers, hardware servers to store movies, TV shows, all that crap. That if you connect to a hub with that password, it's almost like creating a whole separate the intranet. You could still unlock your door. And I've actually I actually had to set something like that up because we did have a power outage and then everything went off. It's just like, oh shit, now what? Now what do I do? How the hell did I get in? My keys are inside the house, and we're locked out. You know what I mean? So adding that extra, I know someone's going to be thinking like, wait a minute, I could set this up to how and where? There's ways of setting up certain security measures just so that way if somebody pulls up in front of your house, cannot hack in because, dude, we've talked about people hacking into freaking, what is that, Sidewalk from Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You need to have some. If you got that Wi-Fi password and everything, make sure you set up a Bluetooth security too with it, which you can. Which actually leads me to the first thing you told me before we started this episode.
No.
What happened to Plex this morning?
Oh, I got hacked. You know, shit happens.
You say it all nonchalant.
Everyone gets hacked.
What were you telling me to do with my Plex?
Everyone changed their password.
There you go. Everybody go change your passwords. Plex just got hacked. Not by us.
It's this guy over here because he's so angry with them. Plex, me and you cool, bro.
I don't know. There's always a way of doing stuff. It might not be like, okay, if we're going to talk about there's a better way of doing something, Netflix, Disney, Hulu, that's the best way possible. You're paying a premium and everything is there for you. Problem is the stuff is scattered everywhere and you got to pay extra to get everything. That's the best way possible. The worst way, I don't know. There's all kinds of worst ways than that. I guess every other which way of doing it besides that way is probably the worst way. Can't say which one's worse because it just depends on the end user.
Depends on you.
Yeah.
Depends on you and what kind of BS you like to dig in, okay?
Damn
Do you
BS.
like to dig in the BS or do you like to just, do you like to be spoon fed the BS? Like, how do you like it?
Well, change your password because Plex got hacked. which I'm probably gonna go do that now. I'm talking all this crap about Plex. I'm like, I got Plex. I got Plex. I'm telling you, I have everything. I play with all of these devices. So, and do some more research too. There, you know what? We actually talked about you only need a few apps and you pretty much are good to go. But some of the mainstream first party apps that are offering free content like Crackle, Peacock, freaking Roku, Freevee, formerly known as IMDb, now taken over by Amazon. Dude, there is so many apps out there that you can get so much content. I would be even I would say this. This is like the one thing I never recommend people do, but I'm actually going to recommend this. Go to your smart TV. Most of our smart TVs have these apps. Look for all these legal free ones. Get them all. Get every single one of them. Create a free account. Yeah, the one thing I say don't do, just do it. Create a free account. Get every single app. And use it naturally. If you're just like, oh, I like, I think 90% of the world has Amazon Prime. If you're like, oh, I like The Boys, okay, go to Prime Video. You already have it. You already pay for it. Go to Prime Video, search for The Boys, and watch it. Don't tell me like, hey, I used to watch this show called Gilmore Girls and I can't find it anywhere. You could probably find that on Crackle actually, but don't go on a search on shows that you probably never watch or might not watch ever again and say, well, you're wrong because I couldn't find this thing. Like, try to use it naturally. Some shows you're probably not going to find. It's probably going to be on Netflix or Hulu. But try to find it. You might be surprised with some of the movies you might find. You might be like, oh, dude, I wanted to watch that. That would be my suggestion. I think streaming is starting to become more and more accessible. And I think some of the big dogs are starting to realize, like, you know what, we need to come up with some stuff. I think you actually brought up an app from, I think it was Sony that is trying to put some stuff together.
No, that's Discovery. Is it Discovery? Warner Bros. Warner Bros. Discovery.
Warner Brothers.
Are they
I
the
don't
same
remember.
company? Well, whatever. They said that they were going to bring in their old content. And the old content is the hardest stuff to find, right? Because it doesn't have as much traction, and once it doesn't have traction, then the servers booted off, and then if they're going to give you that free content is ad supported, I mean that's good.
Yeah. That's what I would look for. I don't care if it's ad supported. Hey, if it's free, sure. They're providing me direct links that I don't have to search for a link. This is coming directly from servers, just like a Plex. And they're supporting it, they're providing it, they're putting the lists together. And if I have to watch a 30-second ad or a minute and a half ad to help support pay for whatever they need, cool. During that ad, they might announce like, hey, guess what? The new iPhone 50 is coming out. Check it out. What? The new iPhone's coming out? Dude, I didn't know that. I've actually, when I watch some ads, I actually run into some random commercials like that. They'll say like, oh, new trailer for Cobra Kai is out. And I'm just like, wait, when's Cobra Kai coming out? Shit. You know what I mean? Then I get all pumped and excited about it. So I don't know. I think those 15, 30-second ads might be like several ads within a minute time frame or a minute and a half time frame. I'm okay with. And usually once you watch that ad, you might be good for the next 20 minutes on watching whatever TV show you're watching. That still beats how it used to be back in the day with commercials that you had to watch, like you had to sit through 10 minutes worth of commercials to watch a 25-minute episode, and it had to interrupt you throughout the whole thing. So they're getting smarter. They're figuring it out. Yeah, and I think that's all I got. I think we're already heading into an hour. Is there anything you want to add to that?
The other reason that I'm thinking, or that I want to get back into Plex, is that internet is getting better.
Hmm.
Internet providers are actually providing better upload speeds, and that makes me more curious about getting back into my network storage phases when it comes to, saving things to my network, saving things from my network, saving things from outside of my network. Makes me want to build, you know, like where I am right now. My upload speed is over a gigabyte a second. Like that's insane. So for me to be able to have access to a server like that outside of my home, and not have to pay outrageous prices, I'm probably not even using a quarter of my internet bandwidth capabilities. So I'm excited for that. But
I was waiting for it, but
it's still a lot of work. I got so many other things like on the go. It's just about finding the time to set it up. But once I set it up, everything's gonna be like it's gonna be like butter. I just gotta set it up, bro. Just gotta set it up.
yeah. And that's where you'll probably hear phone calls from me. Hey, can you find this thing English dubbed from? And you're gonna be like, why gotta pick the hardest show possible?
It's because you're Portuguese.
I'm not Portuguese. I'm the same color as you.
I'm green.
Actually, I think Portuguese. No, Portuguese are light skinned, aren't they? I don't know. I'm not touching that one no more. So anyway, hope you guys appreciate today's episode. Leave us a comment below. Is Plex still worth the headache or not? Um, Interested of knowing. I know there's all kinds of other ways of doing it. Some people have never gotten to Plex, don't have the interest of having a Plex. Some people have dabbled with Plex and given up. Some people are still in Plex. Some people love setting up Plex servers and having thousands of TV shows and movies on their stuff. We had a conversation with just Lee TV trying to provide not Lee TV, I'm sorry, Lee and Juggernaut Supreme Builds. All the money that was spent on free builds and how much money they had to spend out of pocket might have been free for you, but it was definitely not free for them. And it's always, we have people that have come and go that like to help the community, and sometimes it's like, most of the time, a lot of us don't ask for money, we don't beg for money, we don't ask for anything. It's just like, here, just enjoy it, just like I am. And then once it starts costing us too much money, then it's kind of like, okay, what am I doing wrong? Because I'm supposed to be making money so that way I can retire eventually, not get in debt to the point that I'm going to be 100 years old and I'm still paying my debt off. So, yeah, I would always say if you got something, support it. If you like it, support them, help them out, even if it's a simple donation of whatever. It goes a hell of a long way, a long, long way, and support your favorite, and even not your favorite, just support content creators, support people that are putting stuff together for you guys. Because yeah, like one day it won't be there anymore from your favorite application, and then we start scrambling all over again to find something else. So, um, yeah, always appreciate you guys coming over. We always like when you guys interact with us and give us topics and email us, comment, all that crap. It's all great. We always appreciate you guys. So yeah, next level. What you got before we go?
Thank you for watching and listening to another episode of Beyond the Streams. Wherever you're watching us from or listening to us from, make sure that you leave us a comment and a review so other people like yourself can find the content that you enjoy. Make sure that you also check us out every Thursday, roughly between 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we do our weekly live show on the Beyond the Streams YouTube channel. You want to make sure that your notifications are also turned on because you never know where the conversation's going to go. You never know who we're going to have on. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.